From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
This is Grant, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Allen got his man, Robbie Anderson, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Fournette, a first down carry, and an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the pressure gets to him again. Frank Clark. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Crunch time, defense. He's crashing.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
Now Darnold eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Grant. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now off the bootleg, Darnold sliding out of the pocket. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the outlet away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
57. Mike, 57.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
And it's 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, it's Grant. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing just about on his own goal line. Here comes Grant on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Now that battle, that was won right up front.
And we're used to seeing those battles right up front, but we're used to seeing a lot of defensive tackles or more run stuffers and just play the spot where they are. How about these dancing bears we see nowadays that win the battle and then go upfield looking for runners?
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On 1st down, Grant. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Grant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Leonard Fournette. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Hill. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down now. It's Grant. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Check, check. Lucky.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 43.
Now Fournette. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Returnable for Grant. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and... About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go. And here's Allen to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. Faking the give, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in court. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking?
The things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, sometimes with the running game, the overall essence of the running game.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Saints on fourth down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. They'll run it with Jones. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Push him back. Hey, alert 3.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's checking.
Again, it's Fournette. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll...
56. Check 56. Watch the back. Check 52.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. Carlson able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, one set. Hey, wahoo! 55.
Darnold from the gun. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Get help.
Mark 56. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play outside deep. Middle. Play 56. Mike, we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On third down, Fournette. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike 55, Mike 50.
Darnold now to throw. Looking deep downfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. They'll run on first down. Grant. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Play action. It's Darnold. Steps away to his left. And that's incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And an alley to run. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold eluding the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And this one complete to Reed. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold caught on the right side. Reed. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold flushed out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Allen on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Darnold forced out to his left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And here we go on fourth. Darnold being chased out left, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Nick Bosa. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. A very short field to work with now. First and goal after the great punt return. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. They run with Hill, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and pick it up with Scarborough. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Hey, box drop.
From his end zone, 3rd and long for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Darnold. It's caught. Jones. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Hey, orbit.
A first down throw, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, #2. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Hey, Delta.
From the 50, it's Darnold. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Off of play action, Darnold. Complete to Jones. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19.
1st and 10 at the 19.
On play action, they'll throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that.
Okay, 30,000.